Hello, Twin Flame Collective. My name is Tanya Vargo. If you would like a personal reading with me, you may DM me or email me at tanya@earthangeleverlasting.com. So, Twin Flame Collective, this is your reading. All readings are eternal, so if you find this at whatever time, it is for you. So I've just kind of took a shot like this because there's a lot to go over and really fast. And I actually had to lay this all out. Well, I have been changing because so much information has been coming out lately. So I'm going to have to change how I do my spreads. But this is a lot of information and I have to get through it really quickly. And I wanted to show you what it looks like now before if I accidentally kneel or stepped on something and it messed it up. Okay. So we have the divine masculine's feelings towards the divine feminine. We have the divine feminine's feelings towards the divine masculine. And then we have the divine masculine's feelings towards the karmic. And then we have a little bit about, how he's feeling about his future in that respect. And then we have the divine feminine's feelings about the future from how she sees it, or her higher self. And then this is how he sees it in his higher self. And you see I already stepped on one. Okay, so I just wanted to give you a quick look before, I accidentally messed some of this up so we know where it's going. Okay, so right now, the divine masculine is coming in with some serious passion towards the divine feminine and wanting to be the man. There, if you zoom out, look, king. So, he wants to be the man towards her, okay? So this is like a really passionate king. He's a great, great father, great husband, very ambitious, everybody's best friend, very charismatic, center of attention. And then divine feminine is like, hey man, I need you to come balance this out. I need justice. I need a verdict. I need you to say. I need you to say. Now, for some of you, this might be that you need to say, okay? You need to come in and say something, or you need to balance something out. So, as the reading goes on, you can see how it pertains to you, okay? They've had some difficulties with unconditional love, bringing that in. I think the divine masculine has a kind of difficult time believing that the divine feminine could unconditionally love him, like that it's even possible that someone like her even exists. Like he can't even, because he's having... He's the King of Swords in his emotions right now. So emotionally, he's gone back to trying to like figure it out with his head and be logical instead of just understanding, love is like this eternal, intangible, illogical thing, right? So right now in their similarities, they're both holding back their emotions, right? Nobody's saying anything at this time. Nobody's moving forward, which is a lot of what this is. They're both being cold and analytical at this time. They're trying to logic and reason everything out. But in the physical and physically, they really want to work hard on this relationship. And they probably both are hard workers. But in general, they both, are just hard workers in life. Emotionally, he's coming in as the King of Pentacles. He is grounded. He is stable. He takes care of everybody. He's the man. He is the closest king to the Emperor, who's the divine masculine. And he's the provider, okay? So the divine feminine, now look at this. We have the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords. So they've come out as a couple in her spread, and I just want you to see they're facing each other. So normally these two they're single. Like, she's normally the Queen of Divorce, and he's normally like the Bachelor, right? And they both are logical, they're both honest, They're to the point, both very smart, very intelligent, very witty. They got to come back, you know. They always got to come back. He sees everything and knows everything coming, and she knows her way around it, right? She's been through everything. She knows her way around stuff. He's got his eye on everything and everybody, okay? And they're coming out as a couple in here, and they're facing each other. So this is just like, do you love me? Do you love me? Do you love me? No, do you love me? Okay? Which, you know, within the physical and physically, they're both seeing her as the Empress, who's the Queen of all queens, and who is the Divine Feminine. Okay? So they've had a hard time bringing in this offer, date, coffee, gift, whatever. It's just a small thing. They've had difficulties bringing it in, right? They're similar, that they want an innocent new love together. She'd really, you know, they'd really just like to go on a date and get together, like make this innocent, pure intention, new beginning happen. Emotionally, you know, they would like to build a legacy together, teamwork. They see each other as a team, things that they can build with. On the negative, for some of you, you might not feel good enough for your divine partner, right? So just work on that. This is a divine partnership. This is a couple, and it's a divine partnership. So look at building a legacy together. We'll look at, you know, building your insides. So like we talked about the physical, they see her as the Empress. This is a divine connection. She's abundant. She's the Queen of all queens, the mother of all mothers, okay? Mentally, they need to come in and balance out the opposites, balance this out, temper it, you know, bring it together, bring in the peace, okay? So we have the divine masculine's feelings towards the karmic, okay? So right now, he feels like, you know, he's looking back and he feels like maybe he owes her an apology. You know, there could be some, you know, you could be looking at pictures or remembering the good old days. Possibly thinking about a reconciliation. The karmic sees herself as a single woman. She don't need anybody. You know, she's got her friends, her family, works tight, you know, her schedule's tight. If she wants somebody around, she'll have them around, you know. They have had trouble, you know, with being naive, you know, honestly, and foolish and impulsive decisions, and things like that, like just leaping without looking. They both wanted unconditional love, right? But emotionally, they have a lot of regrets over things that have gone on in this relationship. And they're trying to learn from their mistakes because there was third-party situations. And since it's in both, they both did this. They both, you know, went outside their relationship. They're both being very logical about this relationship. Mentally, there's a lot of rules, a lot of conformity, a lot of restrictions, a lot of dictatorship, a lot of things having to go one person's way. So it shows in the future, right? Here's their future, is that there was so much conflict and it just all ended in defeat, right? Because people wanted to control each other, control and cheat and do impulsive things. Even though they wanted love, even though they wanted unconditional love, they did everything the opposite to get it, okay? So what it did is it ended in defeat. Even though they wanted, you know, to be in their heart space and they wanted a union together, it was so toxic and selfish and just sexual based, right? Just toxic, selfish, and sexual based. And so he's made a decision to move on, and get passionate, offer a passionate new beginning, and get victory as the King of Pentacles, who's, where was he? Yeah, so that's how he feels, oops, as the King of Pentacles, that's how he feels about the Divine Feminine, right? And offer, a new, fresh, grounded beginning, but he's stuck, he doesn't know how to move forward and manifest this new love at this time with her as the King, okay? So the Divine Feminine, she's in Ten of Swords and single woman energy herself, right? Like, she feels like, we were in this Three of Swords energy where you were like in third party situations and seeing other people, and there's betrayal, and then you lodge 7 more in my back. So I'm in this in traditional decks, it's a man laying down with 10 swords in his back, right? She's like, I'm single because I'm sick of competing for your attention. I wanted you to come in as a king because you were my wish. You were my star. So right now I'm ignoring you. I'm ignoring everything about you. But what's going to happen is the wheel is going to come in, Spirit's going to come in, and she's going to have to make a choice. And she's going to have to decide if she wants to be with him or not, and choose this 10 of Cups. And honestly, the Divine Feminine, she's an unconditional lover, and she's intuitive. And this is the most close queen to the High Priestess. So she knows what she's got to do. She knows that she's going to have to come in and let some shit go and quit holding on and make a decision to rebirth this connection so that she can have her wish fulfillment and this new love and an innocent, new beginning, and manifest it in, and to just get out of her head and quit having anxiety and, get on board, and maybe, make a romantic gesture so she can get this 4 of Wands, because he doesn't know she feels this way. He thinks he's fucked this up really bad, right? So she needs to move forward. She knows she needs to move forward, and get out of, drop one of the swords, get out of her head, and keep going. So for him, he's like, yeah, we're in suspension right now. We're on pause. I am spying on you. You illuminate me every day. This is also a Leo card, by the way. I want a passionate new beginning and make you an offer. We are in a stalemate, so we're both in that same energy, right? I'm in my head, but I know you're my twin flame, the Lover's card. You are my Empress. So, that's her. And that's her. I have regrets about what I've done, but I'm learning from my mistakes. Let's not focus on the cups we've dropped. Let's focus on what we have. Trust me. I know how to do this. I've learned from my mistakes. Let's move forward in this partnership. 2 of Cups, in this partnership together, and, build a legacy. I'm dealing with the karmic right now. I'm getting my strength up to come forward. We're talking to, I guess, maybe he's seeking counsel on the karmic. And he's also probably a little afraid the Divine Feminine is going to cuss him out. And he's building his strength up and asking people, talking to people he trusts about how to bring in this new love and communicate so that they can have their happily ever after, their 10 of Cups, which that is a happily ever after to me. So this is your reading, Twin Flame. So I would say, Divine Feminine, you need to send a little bit of message to help him get his courage up, right? Send a little message, do something, like a post, send a text, post a song, send a song, do something. He needs to know you care, and then it'll take off. The wheel has come in, ladies.